Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Stratios. We have played this several times on the channel as I've been lucky enough to get my hands on a developer build of the game itself, and I've been having an absolute blast with it. The game has now just got a release date as well. It was currently a demo you could play in the Next Fest, and now they've announced that a full release of the game will be coming in January, which is really exciting. And by full release I do mean early access. Sorry if I missed my words right there, but yeah, the game is going to be releasing in early access in January, and it's going to hopefully be coming with that full custom like Total War style map where you can maneuver around, send armies everywhere and have a lot of fun. That is going to be the Sicily Punic War campaign right here, which is going to be an absolute blast. However, they've also been implementing a ton of other things into the game as well. We now have 5 separate campaigns. We have a rework to the UI and a ton of these new custom battles that you can do, as well as the reenactments as well. And I think for a indie game, a game made by one or a couple people, I'm not actually sure how many people are on this, but I know it's not many. It could be one, it could be a couple. However, you know, it's really impressive to see games like this being made, and these are games that I always really enjoy. So I thought it'd be fun to dive in and maybe play as the Hannibal campaigns as we continue on and, you know, fight the famous battles of Hannibal. Of course, we will be covering the first Punic War whenever it gets implemented into these dev builds, so you guys can see more of the campaign, like more traditional Total War style campaign, which again I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm happy that the developer has decided to kind of go down that route. So first we get to decide. I think this is like an all cavalry battle as well. Yeah, it looks like it. So the first battle, we're going to be fighting some of the Italians in Spain, I believe, right here. And as I said, it does seem like we basically have all cavalry set up across the board, which is going to be fun. Yeah, literally this is like a full Numidian army scattered in with Iberian cavalry and some of our actual Punic cavalry as well. I mean, let's just start the battle then. So what are we even fighting here? There's a lot of enemy cavalry. Yeah, some skirmishes supported by more cavalry across the board, as well as, yeah, some more of these heavy cavalry. But I guess we do just want to push forward, right? So let's throw forward our cavalry right here, and we'll move forward our more heavy melee cavalry like so. We have a couple more Numidians scattered through the line, which will be pushing up, and we have our heavier cavalry, which I guess we do just want to charge at the enemy, right? Oh yeah, also as well, it doesn't seem... Yeah, it seems like all these units are connected right now. So we obviously have messengers, which get sent out to our units. So if these guys push up right here, did I break the connection right here? Because yeah, these guys are connected and then these guys are all connected as well. But yeah, we have messengers. So basically when you send a message, so if I go like that, for example, you'll see that horses are going to have to run over here and actually go and send these guys messages. It was my bad. I probably should have put a commander on this flank right there. But beforehand, everybody can move because everybody's connected like this, and they're closer to it. So again, if we want to like charge in here and start chasing some velites, which shouldn't be too hard to do, you're going to see messengers are going to have to go out to actually achieve a lot of this. And we have a lot more skirmishes here as well as we'll charge in. Yeah, so realistically, probably one of these cavalrymen should have been over on this flank. So we'll start moving one over right away, and then we'll look to probably engage. So our cavalry is going to start charging these velites. The velites will be running away. And again, if you guys haven't seen the game before, or you haven't seen any of the, are you guys gonna fall back there? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, if you guys have not seen any of the gameplay before of this game at all, basically you have some really cool kind of like map-based board game style content, which is always really exciting as we continue to charge down these velites. Some units getting through. So again, we're going to be able to break these guys up quite nicely. I want to leave a unit back there. But yeah, if these guys can engage now, we're actually going to envelop this unit right here. So again, a real quick rundown on how the combat works in this. Again, it's very much like tabletop combat right here. You have this little circle thing that spins around every single so often. As it happens, it will kind of dictate a battle depending on the unit stats and stuff. And then units will slowly get worse morale. And if they're losing combat, they'll get worse morale. And as they get worse morale, they kind of perform worse in battle. So there's a whole wealth of like very interesting stats and mechanics as you progress on. And obviously you can see our skirmishers doing a great job automatically. We've got cavalry charging in here, more skirmishers off like so. Yeah, it basically becomes a big old brawl across the lines as we continue to hold off. The battles do feel great. I'm a big fan of how the battles do play out. Again, it feels a lot more like kind of not historical, but like a lot more like board game-esque, and I'm a big fan of that. It seems like we are going to be engaging the enemy lines here by the looks of it. But yeah, we have plenty of skirmisher cavalry coming in. We're going to probably need you guys to come in there and help out. Again, they're getting harassed. You can see, like, you know, skirmisher cavalry can just, you know, run away and just do so much damage to these heavier horses, and there's not really much they can do about it. And then they get out of command range. Luckily this is a commander, but then they get like out of command range, and then, you know, it takes ages for orders to come in and resupply. So you kind of have to really think like 10 steps ahead in the game, and obviously keep an eye on where your commanders are and other units are along those lines. So we're actually going to get our Numidians just to deal with these. I mean, we could charge these guys as well. Not a bad plan of action. We're going to throw our cavalry in probably on this side, just to try and kind of clean up this flank. It seems our cavalry is kind of struggling a little bit, even though they are falling back as we continue to break more of the enemy formation. But yeah, for the most part, this should be a pretty clean battle as we come slamming into this unit. Do we break it on the charge? Yeah, nice. We get a morale drop, so they become disordered. I think it's like normal, disordered, fragmented, and then routing, and then broken. So again, the more you get these down, you'll see that these little combat meters will just slowly start to go more in your favor than they are the other side. But yeah, it looks like for the most part, the battle is running heavily in our favor right now, and we'll be able to, run off the rest of the enemy forces. And yeah, just like that again. So again, you don't have to rout the entire enemy army or kill everybody to win the battle. Getting a percentage boost up in your formation is going to be enough. So again, we completely dominated this battle. We didn't get a single unit routed, and we killed or routed over 66% of the enemy forces. So it's going to be enough to actually send them packing and basically win the day. Again, it's not necessarily about everything else. All right, cool. Well, now we've got ourselves a proper battle. We got Trebia right here. So this is going to be a interesting one, to say the least. A battle that we're going to have to put some effort into, whereas the previous one I think was just warming us up to it. Okay, cool. So now let's take this battle a little bit more seriously. We're going to need some commanders in certain areas. We also have access to elephants as well. We also have a large portion of cavalry. Yeah, these elephants are going to be great. We have some heavier Libyan spear veterans right there. The Golic warriors are going to be very, this is a really good army actually. The elephants are going to be great shock infantry as well, so we need to keep them protected, and I might try and scream them with my skirmishers to just get them a little bit closer. Oh my god, okay, the Roman army starts so close to us. Holy. All right, cool, that's fine. As I said, they're going to be pushing into us. We actually don't really have great cavalry. Yeah, I mean, in this right flank, we are going to just blitz through them, I think. So, as I said, yeah, I think we do just send a commit right here. Try and get this cavalry around the side, and then you guys are getting caught there. Okay, that's fine. Then you guys charge to fight that. Then that's fine. The skirmishing is fine in the center. Again, we don't want to, like, for example, I could charge this, but then these guys would run away, and then we'd really, really struggle. Which is fine. So let's maybe just push up the front line a little bit. Maybe that's too far, like there. And again, orders are having to come from this unit right here. The skirmishers are coming in. Cavalry, yeah, we would win that cavalry fight. And we do have some good units right here. Yeah, you guys continue to skirmish that. You guys get a nice little javelin throw off right there as well. Again, just doing any little damage. Hopefully you guys can hold that charge. I want to kind of hold my front line a little bit, but again, I'm very cautious of the elephants as we press on. Nice. We've got a nice little envelopment here on the general, which is great, and our cavalry is winning on that flank, which is huge. This infantry is now pushing up, which is great. Our own skirmishers are hammering in, and as I said, the longer we wait there, the better it's going to be. I'm assuming we're going to come out on top here, bring you guys around the flank now. We do have a messenger coming, but surely it just comes from this aura, but maybe he can't because he's in combat. So yeah, it looks like a messenger's coming all the way from over here to reinforce. As I said, I'm fine with this skirmish right now. We're winning the cavalry fight. Our right contingent is moving up, and how do we fare? So it's kind of like an even 50-50. We win that combat, and we win that combat. Okay, cool. Let's continue to push up then. Maybe to like here with you guys. And again, I'm happy with these guys taking the ammunition. They've actually managed to repel themselves there. So let's try and send out a messenger quickly to go and continue to chase that before they come into my flank. So again, the messenger is going to come. A lot of the time, the units do then charge after. I think they might get a charge off on my general, or we might just clip them. Yeah, so they charge my general, which is bad. He'll have to take a morale test. But then we charge them, and then they'll have to take a morale test as well. So you've got all these like massive combats going. Also, another big thing in this game as well, as these units get close enough to each other and start engaging, which is fine. Yeah, okay, our elephants do not stand a good chance against, like, any of these guys. Yeah, any of this center. Yeah, I mean, it's Triarii and other units we just, yeah, I'm not going to fare well against. The javelins hopefully doing some damage. How about on this flank? Yeah, okay. We do much better there. Okay, cool. Let's send them forward then. Let's push up a little bit. I kind of want to hold the elephants in reserve here. We could maybe even switch them around, like come over here and then into that gap. Yeah, let's keep the general close so that we can micromanage them a little bit. We'll bring these guys into the center. And yeah, these elephants will come around once the dudes get to them. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to try and hold this line. Can we charge in here? Yeah, they're getting disorganized and falling back. The cavalry on this flank, yeah, is getting absolutely routed now, which is great. Our general didn't fare well, but he's still alive, which is the most important thing. And yeah, these two units are completely broken. I don't know how this front line is going to go, though. Yeah, I don't know how the front line is going to go. Do we win these? I mean, yeah, okay, I think we're doing okay. Yeah, that's a tie. And that's kind of a loss. Okay, cool. That's fine then. I could have maybe brought... Oh, these elephants are just going in. Okay, these elephants must have got, like, forced to go in. That's fine, though. We pushed them back. We've broken the enemy cavalry. Again, charge in there. We've got more javelin fire. Just, again, winning this flank. And killing their generals are big as well. Our cavalry here can probably just set up like so. Yeah, the elephants are getting stuck in there, which is nice. These elephants are coming around. I'm going to hopefully fill this. They are pushing me back. You can see some of the units are like backing off from this and throwing more javelins. So they are kind of getting the push off right there. But I'm hoping with the cavalry coming in here, and again, we should want to be charging that as well for sure. I'm hoping we can just like get around the back here. We're already winning this fight as well, even though again, they are pushing me back. We can push back as well to try and force them not to do that. You guys are going to go in there, and then I think maybe this cavalry comes around there and charges into the side of this. Because if we get into the side of this disorganized unit, I mean, yeah, you guys definitely charge into this, please, when you guys can. That'd be great. The elephants are coming in as well. So again, we'll send the elephants like here. Yeah, send the elephants there. We've fragmented them with the cavalry charge and fragmented them. That's going to be big. Our left flank, though, is really struggling. This general has come running in. Let's go help out there. These guys are still fighting hard. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're kind of doing okay on some flanks, but not great on the others as well. Yeah, these elephants might have to come in reinforced. The AI is actually doing a really nice maneuver here and completely out-skirmished me and managed to get around the side. Yeah, I think these elephants are going to have to come around then and charge into one of these units. However, as we said, we're completely broken these. So let's continue on the cavalry charges for now. Let's not chase them and come back into these. Bring up this general here would be a great... And yeah, we just want to kind of really skirmish on this flank. Cavalry can charge this, I think, because yeah, even though these two units have hurt us, they're going to get a nice little volley off. But then this cavalry should be enough to scare them off. Again, keep on helping ping down that cavalry. We got more of our skirmishers doing what skirmishers do best. Let's continue to weaken them. They've broken my center really badly, actually. But then again, we've like completely wrapped up this flank as well. So a nice little charge there. Hopefully we'll save the day. Yeah, we fragmented them, broken them, huge. And we've, yeah, routed as well. We can't have many generals left as well. Cavalry has come in here. I think we're going to have to send in the general cab, honestly. So yeah, you've broken that, which is fine. This cavalry can set up here. Cavalry push around this flank, please. We do have some more Chiaria. Unfortunately, our cavalry has been like forced to engage here. But then we also have these guys coming in as well. The cavalry over there is also engaging. The elephants are just being absolutely peppered right now. Yeah, they're currently, I think, engaged, right? Yeah, they're engaged and just kind of disorganizing themselves. We've got all of our missiles focusing down this unit of Chiaria, which is big. You guys have come back from routing, which is fine. Yeah, this entire right flank, though, is an absolute mess. And our general is, yeah, not faring too well there as you guys continue to fire. Yeah, we need to have this flank cleaned up a little bit more, I think. Yeah, you guys need to, like, chase after this. You guys are still in combat as well. It's not good for us. Not good for us at all. The elephants are doing what the elephants can do, really. Yeah, we need this cavalry to charge in here and just disrupt this unit of Chiaria. If we can break these guys, which obviously is a large thing to have happen, yeah, we need that to happen. But let's get these guys in. They can't attack because apparently they're not from that side, which is fine. You guys are engaging both from that side. Okay, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I guess you guys reinforce here. Cool, that unit has broken. That's not cool, obviously, but now we should be able to get these guys in to help out. Yeah, again, I think we might actually end up losing this battle, realistically. You guys are getting dragged into that combat now, which is not good. We're bringing around some more reinforcements to try and help out here. Yeah, that charge against the Chiarii, I'm hoping will be enough to disorganize. Okay, we fragmented them. That should give us the win, even though we are fighting Chiarii. Yeah, we're going to clean this up fairly soon. Okay, good. You guys are coming around, but again, there's a lot of enemy units here. I could even maybe bring this unit over here. They're doing a great job against those. You guys are skirmishing. Yeah, this flank is an absolute mess. Our general is broken there, but again, not really much I can do. You can see this battle is super close. We need this unit to break, and then I can send this cavalry maybe off to do something else. We've got a fresh unit of infantry, which is going to try. Yeah, I think we're going to try and save this general here. I think this is Hannibal, so ideally, we do want to save him. Good. Yeah, you guys are doing fine there. You guys are disorganized, so maybe go after those, please. And we have this general left remaining. Again, it's just all their skirmishers are being a pain in my backside right now. Nice, fragmented them. That is huge. That is actually the biggest thing that could possibly happen. And we win. We managed to break just enough of the enemy army. We got up to 69. Nice. Percent as we were losing 50, and the enemy did decide to pull back and yeah, not lose that anymore. Oh, that was an intense battle, man. And you can see the AI has improved massively. They did several good envelopments right there. I weakened certain parts of my formation, and the AI sees that. You know, I moved the elephants around a little bit, and yeah, the AI completely jumped on that and took advantage of my weakness in those positions, which is really nice. Okay, next we have the Battle of Cannae. All right, cool. So here we are. There's a pretty large scale battle right here at Cannae right there. Okay, so we have a lot of skirmish cavalry. How's our infantry? We've got a lot of Gallic warriors, which do perform pretty well. We've got a fairly decent front line, more Gaulics in the center, Libyan spearmen. So again, we can try. This might lose me the battle, but we can try and do the famous Cannae maneuver. I can stick like this front line to basically be on, or at least these guys can. Yeah, these guys can be on fullback mode, so we can try and like force the enemy through our formation if we want to. We have a handful of skirmishers. We have multiple generals. I do have a general on the right flank, so I think it's probably worth to maybe put Hannibal on that right flank. Just to, again, help that command aura and help that going. And we have a commander in the center as well who should keep the front line all together. Okay, cool. Well, let's start the battle. Let's see if the Romans are a little bit further away. Again, that heavy skirmisher line is scary. I think something I might try and do is I might just, I mean, we don't really have, we have barely any skirmishers, but I might commit my skirmishers to just trying to kill theirs bit by bit, because they're also great war score as well. Like when you're trying to defeat the enemy line, they also act as a very nice little cushion right there. We also have some of our Scutari right there, and a few of our Numidian light cavalry. Nice. Okay, cool. And obviously, as we said, if we can stick it on as well, so we can stick on the auras, which are always nice. This is like, if they get into this range, they have to charge, basically. And we also have our missile ranges as well. You can see our Balearic Slingers able to do a lot of good damage right there. But yeah, I like the command auras. You can see everybody's interlinking right now, which is useful and keeping us. But yeah, for now, we'll let the Romans come at us, and we'll see what they're capable of. As you can see, messengers going out across the Roman front to push them up. I think it's definitely worth maybe throwing forward this front line a little bit, like this line of cavalry. We could set you guys like here, and then bring up these guys a little bit, just to kind of help support that line, and then bring these skirmishers with us as well. They're starting to really carve into my center. The slingers should be opening up fairly soon. I'm a little bit worried, so I'm actually going to bring these, I'm going to bring these guys around the flank, and then maybe to start harassing one of their general units with our Numidian light cavalry, and start off that battle. So a big push right here. As I said, I want to, yeah, really focus this down. And again, because we're all in command range, we're going to be okay here. And we can probably just like, yeah, again, bait this unit of cavalry out a little bit. Like it's going to probably be forced to chase us or something, and we can seize that advantage. Now they are bringing, as I said, over a lot of their, oh my god, that was I can't tell you how lucky that is. To disorganize this unit on javelin throws is huge, and now we're going to be like devastating this unit if it comes closer into us. Again, we'll let the javelins maybe get one or two more off. They're into the impetus range right there, so we'll push in and yeah, hopefully just try and take this on. Now I'm going to start focusing maybe in a little bit more. We fragmented them already. Oh baby, it's over on that flank. Speaking of, though, they are being very aggressive on this flank. As we said, we wanted these guys to get some good javelin throws off as well. Again, any disorganization is going to be great. They're going to throw and then run away. It's going to force us though to probably get our cavalry in, and our cavalry is actually not that good here. So we might have to try and look to support it elsewhere. Yeah, you guys all focus down like one unit at a time, I think, which is fine. Yeah, absolutely dominated this flank, and you guys are actually already chasing down. No, that's fine. Hey. Yeah, you guys continue to chase down. I'm going to reassess my cavalry though. I don't think they're going to come back from routing, so we will just reset up. And yeah, if they want to continue to chase that down, that's fine. This could be a pretty bad flank, but what I'm hoping will happen as a messenger comes out right there is that we can use these skirmishes to help us out. More velites are pushing in. This infantry held the line there. Cavalry, they're recoiling across the board right there. Yeah, you guys continue just to try and take down some of these skirmishes. There's a lot of them, and just disrupting them is going to be really, really important. Keep in mind, though, like we saw, So unit is routing. Like, you guys did see how long it took for cavalry to like resupply and stuff. So we do need to be somewhat careful right here. We'll get this cavalry, maybe something like that behind just to throw javelins. Are we winning this combat with the support of the units? It's a tie basically. Okay, they're going to fall back, which again is fine if they kind of disengage. Is this cavalry engaging? Okay, this cavalry is just straight up engaging as well. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind having 2 units in. We're flanking them as well. We push them back. I really want you guys to hold the line though. Please just hold. Please just hold. I don't want you guys, like, the cavalry's kind of drawing you out, which is very interesting. Yeah, you guys pull back now. Yeah, you guys, I don't know where you guys are going, but yeah, you guys definitely pull back now. We're doing a fine job here. Disrupting some of their skirmishes and stuff is fine as the infantry continues to come in. The cavalry has been able to push these guys back, so we'll send some of these skirmishers off to go shoot them. They're fragmented, but you can see like it is dragging my cavalry out a little bit, and now they're a bit more vulnerable. So again, stuff like that. Oh, a general break. I think we just killed their general. Huge right there. More of our skirmishers are holding now, which is a little bit scary, but fine. Okay, our cavalry is getting hit. I think we have to pull it back a little bit. We have you guys to skirmish. If you guys can, please come back, but the messenger has to come. I sent too many messengers right there. That's fine. All right, beautiful stuff. We managed to break this flank, which is big. You guys are already chasing, but that's fine. You guys will come back, I'm hoping, soon enough, and then we can maybe help out this cavalry. And then, yeah, hopefully a messenger can get here and we can go and reinforce this. And then you guys just turn and charge that on the flank as well. Like, we're pretty vulnerable if any of the Triarii come in. Oh, they dragged out some of my units here. Again, so there's also a mechanic where if enough missiles come in, you will be brought out to actually go and like charge the enemy. You'll basically be like, hey, I don't want to stand here getting javelins thrown at me. We're going to charge. It's a bit more like actual like realism in the game right there. I mean, it looks like we're going to win that. So we push up our general. That's not a great battle for us. I think I'm going to just start closing in this flank a little bit, you know? Try and just like closing that flank. This flank hopefully will go in our favor. I mean, we're reinforcing here quite nicely. Yeah, they're going in. This general cav is coming back as well, hopefully to finish this off. We're fragmented back cavalry. So I'm hoping, oh, we broke them as well. That's big. And you can start to see as units just fully break, other units have to take a morale test around it. It's a small bubble, I think, but again, they have to take a morale test across the board. So what we can do is we can engage here. You're coming up here to support these slingers. Again, slingers just continue to focus down the skirmishers. We've completely broken their cavalry, so let's reform again. This isn't quick. Like, this isn't quick to reform. It's going to take us time to actually do. But yeah, let's try and reform. You guys are crashing in. You guys can take a little bit of time as we push in and really start to carve down that flank. And what we could do is we can start to fall back a little bit, you know? Can start to fall back a little bit and try and like open up that center, because as I said, this cavalry can now start to move. Again, we're probably going to be chasing Velites for a little bit, but that's fine. We're going to send you guys to do that. They are bringing in their second line of reinforcements here as well. You guys are setting up like so. Again, you guys, I'm going to try and get you guys to rest so you can get out of disorganized. You guys come in here now to help out. Beautiful break. Perfect timing as well. That broke, so then these guys can turn. And then these units got fragmented because of that break as well. Because that unit decided to run away, we managed to get a nice little boost up right there. Okay, I mean, I think this is going to be a bit of a slaughter. They've broken my center, but that's kind of what we wanted. Okay, you guys stop being on pushback mode now. Or at least be on guard mode. That's fine. We've opened up that center. So can we get you guys like start hitting them in? Oh, big mass rout, and yeah, the Romans just flee. The Romans run for their lives. We hit 50%, like we hit a 40% victory overall. Yeah, that was big. One thing I wouldn't mind in the game is it would be kind of cool, because I do feel like some battles, like you're in the heat of battle and then it just ends because maybe you got some big mass routes, which we did, in fairness, get some big mass routes. But it'd be nice to maybe change like the percentage, because I had a lot of units which were close to breaking for the most part, but because they didn't break, this percentage didn't go up, and this is what determines if the AI runs or not, or if you run or not, for example. So I think it'd be kind of cool to maybe have a bit of a harsher one. Like, it's hard to determine like who this battle's going to go, but my center was close to breaking. It just didn't have enough time to break. So yeah, maybe having allowing the player to set it, or just having like a hard like 75%, and like if the enemy hits 75% routed and you've got a 40%, they'll flee. However, there's a chance that I'll maybe stick around. I don't know, something like that I think would be quite cool. But yeah, nice. That was some cool Hannibal barrels right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. As I said, I'll be the first to cover the actual Punic campaign, which is going to be their campaign map, where you're moving armies around and dealing with stuff like that. When it does, I think it is planned to come in the January build, so keep an eye on the channel for that. If you like a look at this game, do go support them. I'll leave a link to the Steam page down below in the description. I highly recommend it. Again, these are small indie teams making games like this. We've covered a bunch of them on the channel, and I think it's a great thing to do because, yeah, you know, again, this isn't like people, I'm sure, will compare this to Total War and stuff, and it's not. Like, it's made by Total War is made by hundreds of people. This is made by maybe a solo developer, maybe a group of people, but it's made by a small team regardless. And it's an indie game, and it deserves some love. So yeah, hopefully you guys go check it out, go wishlist it and stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.